everybody. Welcome back to Just Keep Parenting. It's been a few weeks since we've been able to do this, but anyway, wanted to check in, see how everybody's doing. We have a few new subscribers, and just want to say hello to you all, and thanks for joining us. I'm back at the office, and we've started school. This is our first week of school, so the university students won't join us until August 31st, but we're going to have a couple weeks in with the children before that, just so that we can be as far along in the year as we can be if things decide to change. So if you'll remember, we started talking about the powers of self-control a few times ago. And we've talked about the power of attention, right? We've talked about the power of love. And today we're going to talk about the power of acceptance, right? Just accept that moment that we're in. I know in today's society, there's, it is what it is, right? You hear that all the time. But there's truth in that. Dr. Becky Bailey from this book, right? Easy to love, difficult to discipline. She talks about it all the time. It really is what it is. And so, laying the sarcasm aside, we have to accept the moment that we're in. One of the things that she says that I love in here, she said, when we say this shouldn't have happened, people shouldn't act like that, we are saying that this moment is not good enough. That this moment would be better, and we would be better, if things had only gone the way we would have preferred. Wow. Wouldn't that be a great life? Everything goes the way I want it to go. No, right? Growth doesn't happen in those moments. And so as we think about that power of acceptance, right? What does that look like in your life? What does that look like in the life of the children that you're working with, right? What does that look like in the life of your spouse, of your friends, right? And so one of the things that I think is so important for us to recognize is that we reinforce our feelings of personal inadequacy when we do that. We can also reinforce those feelings of personal inadequacy in our children and the students that we work with, right? By not accepting the moment that we're in. One of the other things that I think is so important in this chapter is when you negate a moment, you negate the child involved. So she calls it the dummy statement, right? When you just feel dumb for either saying something or doing something. And sometimes we even say that to ourselves. Gosh, you're a dummy, right? We're negating everything that we've been trying to be positive with, right? And so one of the things that we have to get rid of is those stupid messages that we send to ourselves, that we send to those around us, right? You know we don't hit in this house. Actually, we just did. We just hit. I just hit my sibling, right? But the adult said, you know we don't hit in this house. Yeah, we do. When my teachers say, we don't hit, we don't run. Well, actually, they just did, right? So we're negating that situation rather than accepting it and saying, you know what? I can see that you're running right now. Let me show you how to walk, because we don't want to run in the classroom, because when we do that, sometimes we trip, we have sharp things that might hit us in the head. So let me show you how we do it in this classroom, right? Let me show you how we do it in this house. And so we don't want to negate everything. We want to accept it and then move forward, right? One of the other things that she says in here is resistance does not bring about change. It just plants the seeds of conflict, right? So we've got to figure out how to not resist everything that's coming towards us, right? We have a choice. We have a choice in everything, right? Yesterday, as some of the teachers were working with the kids, they would say, do you want to come over here? And I'm like, wait a minute, we're supposed to come over here, right? That's really not a choice. Do you want to walk with me, or do you want to walk by yourself over to the carpet, right? Do you see how that all of a sudden changes? Sometimes I like to think of it as a funnel, right? And a lot of people and children work great with just general choices, right? But some of them need a little help in coming on along, right? And so as we come down this funnel, right, some kids will be totally up here and others we just go straight to the bottom with. And as we learn their personalities, as we learn what's appropriate for them, it's easier for us to say, okay, we can start at the top and they should be fine. Nope, this child right here, they're pushing it a little bit, so we just go to the bottom and say, you need to go to the carpet. Do you want to go by yourself or do you want me to go with you, right? Sometimes we've even had to say, do you want to go by yourself or do you want me to hold your hand, right? Because the outcome, right, is over here. And so we've just got to figure out how to get there. And so rather than doing it negatively, we have to accept what it is and help them figure out how to get to the carpet. Because they really do have a choice, right? We have a choice whether or not to. I love what she talked about. She said, if you're on a sidewalk and you see a car coming down the sidewalk, you can sit here and say the whole time, that car shouldn't be on the sidewalk. That car shouldn't be on the sidewalk. Well, it is. And you can either stay on the sidewalk and get hit, or you can move off the sidewalk, right? The choice is really ours because we can't control what that car is doing. And that was so powerful to me, right? That it's like, oh yeah, I can sit here and be mad at that stinking car, or I can just move. Powerful stuff. Acceptance means recognizing that people, situations, and events are what they are. It is what it is, right? Each moment simply is as it is. Acceptance does not mean that we approve of the moment, only that we recognize that what is happening at a certain moment is in fact happening. She talks a little bit about food, right? And, we sit there and do the dummy statement and say, I can't believe you just ate that bag of chips. Well, I did. And so I have to say to myself, you just ate that whole bag of chips. Wonder how you're going to feel now, right? And so next time I want something to eat, I need to go eat a nectarine. Or next time I want something to eat, I need to go eat a piece of string cheese, right? And make a plan rather than being so negative about it. Well, no wonder you feel like crap. You ate that whole bag of chips, right? We're negating it. So just accept it and then move forward from there. The moment will be the way it is, regardless of whether you accept it or not. That was powerful to me, right? It's not going to change how I feel about it. I just have to, it's still the moment. And so sometimes we get negative Nellies in our life that there's no positive. There's, everything is just negative, everything. And it's kind of exhausting as we work through that, right? And so if we tend to be that way, then we have to think, wait a minute, it is what it is. This is what's happened. So what am I going to move forward with how am I going to move forward differently? So as we talk about being present, right? That's what it's all about. So when you have a child and you're holding their hand, right? Think about what that feels like. Feel their fingernails, right? Feel how long their fingers are. Be present with them. If you're doing the dishes, be present doing the dishes. What does the water smell like, right? If you've used like lemon detergent, can you smell the lemon? What are you looking at as you wash the dishes, right? Are you looking outside at your hammock through the kitchen window, right? Be present with what you're doing, and that will help us accept what is. But when we're always looking forward or we're always feeling bad about what just happened, we can't be present. So that's our job today, folks, is to figure out how to be present, right? And some of those things, just asking yourself some of those questions, right? Practice being in the moment, noticing what's happening right now. And sometimes it's easier if we just describe, oh, I see the hammock outside. My lawn is so green right now. There's even some mushrooms in there. That says to me there's probably getting too much water, right? But being in the moment and not judging what's happening, but just feeling what you're feeling inside. What does that feel like, right? Dr. Bailey gives an idea about if you have a child, I love your eyebrows. They're right here touching their eyebrows as they go to bed. I love your nose. It's kind of tiny right here and has 2 holes in it. Your mouth even. Look at how many teeth you have. I love that mouth, right? Having that as a ritual, a bedtime ritual, might be helpful. And then the other thing is when you start to feel yourself become upset, right? We're going to teach the kids this next week to stop, take a deep breath, and relax, which is the star, right? And so teach yourself that. You may not want to sing, stop, take a deep breath and relax, but you may need to say, wait a minute, this moment is as it is, and I can relax. I can accept it. I may not like it, right? The choice is mine, but I can accept it. So good luck this week as you work on this with yourself, as you work with this on the children, in your own homes, with the people that you live with your relationships. It's good stuff, my friends. So hang in there. Have a great weekend, and good luck with all the COVID stuff. I keep forgetting to wear my mask, so I have a mask on a lanyard now. So good luck to everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. And send the video off to somebody that you think might want to learn a little bit more about parenting and how to, about the 7 powers of self-control. See y'all next time. Thanks so much.